Alright, Nagato just woke up here. And I woke up to some pretty decent news, actually. There is a new compensation on Global. And I think that this will be a a just global compensation because GP did not have this issue, which is weird. um, you guys remember in the past, right? A lot of times JP would have some issue, and then Global would give the same reward that the JP would get to global players for just so global players don't feel left out. But they would give like a weird excuse for it. Because, that issue didn't happen on global. I think this time is just. I don't even know how this could happen on global. This issue that just happened. Like, seriously, I don't know how they managed to. I don't think this will come to JP. I think this will be a global exclusive compensation. So that's nice, I guess. Okay, so apologize for any discomfort you may have faced due to the following issues we are addressing below. Like just a cause of issue where a non-included hero from the $40 million celebration festival draw banner appeared in the draw. So for what, 2 hours and a half only? Not even an hour and a half only. Matrona was in Festival Golfer's banner, and that's hilarious. How? How did that happen? Because listen, maybe I just don't know what they did to the global port, but I think all they have to do, right, is import what the Japanese team makes and put it on their game, like a file. They just have to drag it with their mouse and drop it on the other folder. Right? It's not that easy, but let's pretend it is. Like, how does this happen? Like, the thing has already been done, right? And then somehow, this is what they did. Like, actually, this is not a bad thing. If you were summoning for Golfer and you randomly pulled Matrona, hell yeah. Matrona is a great character to have. She's fantastic for the bird. If you are summoning for Golfer and you just randomly pulled Matrona, bro, you won. Like, it's a great thing, actually. So not only they're gonna compensate you for this, if you so happen to have pulled Matrona, congrats. Like, you're getting double compensated. So they found Matrona's data in the 40 million celebration festival during maintenance. Again, how? Like, how did you do that? How did that happen? Is it on JP right now? Like, is Matrona on Golfer's banner on JP? No one noticed? Someone would have pulled her. It's so weird. And then they underwent this word. Patch delete Matrona's data. The data was patched correctly, but there was a system error where patch failed to apply. Okay. The error from the 4... so Golfer's rate, because Matrona was added in to the pool, Golfer's rate went from 0.5 to 0.4445. But I'm going to actually reiterate this. If, on the off chance, you pulled Matrona because of this was actually a great thing. Because again, I think Matrona is a great thing that you have. Now, if you pulled Matrona over pulling Golfer, that's a bit of a yikes. That's a bit of a yikes. That's not the unit you were summoning for. But if you pulled Matrona over pulling, I don't know, Radis Torosin, I think he's in the banner. And hell yeah. So Matrona is in the draw. Discovered the cause of his issue and pressure fix. So they fixed it. But as consequence of the issue and the loss of individuals SR hero rates for drawing them the own celebration draw banner, we're deeply regretful for our operation failure. Again, I don't know how this could have happened, man. Like, I think this was on purpose. Like, there's no way, right? All they have to do, she's trying to put this point across. the J. I keep saying JP, but it's not actually. It's Korea. Korea had made the patch, and it's very unlikely that JP or Global will change the patch in any way, because they just have to copy it, right? The coding is already there. The only difference is that for the Japanese version, it's in Japanese over in Korea, over than being Korean, and on the global version is for the other multitude of languages that global has over being in Korean or Japanese, right? How? I want to know how. Did they explain? They don't explain how. I want to know how. How did that happen? But yeah, as a compensation, 200 gems will be sent to all knights, not just the knights who summoned. All knights. That's fantastic. It's a great compensation. I did not summon. I didn't plan on summoning on Global because I don't play Global that much, but I will happily accept the gems. So go on your gift box and accept the 300 diamonds is going to be sitting there. We will do our utmost to stay ever more vigilant to prevent such an issue from occurring again. Let it happen again. I want 300 gems again. We will commit to conduct it. See, the thing is, right? Sometimes an error happens in the Korean version, and then it also happens in the Japanese version before the devs notice, because the Japanese version is only a few hours behind, right? But sometimes some issues only happen in the Korean version because Japanese devs, they have some foresight and see happen, right? This is the only time where like Global somehow had an issue, and it was before it was after the Japanese and Korean patches have already went live. It's crazy. It's I don't even know, man. I mean, 300 gems. Go check your box. Great stuff. And if you pulled Matrona from the banner, you are a lucky son of a bitch.